Hey Seb.
Hey,
So this is Fugu here from Creator DAO, and I'm here with Seb from Gains Network. Are you ready?
yeah, let's do this.
Let's dive right in. So, question number one: what is Gains Network in a nutshell?
So Gains Network is a suite of DeFi products and building on Polygon currently. And our first product is G-Trade. So it's a decentralized leverage trading platform that is specifically targeted to be liquidity efficient. And we have a really unique architecture that makes us really competitive, and I believe the best option to trade with leverage on in a decentralized manner.
Gains Network was previously launched on the Ethereum mainnets. Can you tell us about the migration to the Polygon network and why Polygon?
So we first started about 1 year ago already. We started on Ethereum mainnet, and we had a first very basic version of the trading platform running. But quickly we realized there was a big problem, which were the gas fees. So to open a trade or to close a trade, it costs like something like $100 worth of ETH. And it was even before the crazy high gas fees. So we quickly realized we should move to a layer two, to a more to a less costly solution to do transactions. And at that time, we made some research, and we decided to go with Polygon because it was the most promising one, and it already had a small ecosystem developing, and we are very glad to have done this choice because we believe that Polygon will be the best solution to scale Ethereum. And right now they are developing a lot of ZK rollup solutions. So we are really glad to have done that choice.
Are you looking at all the future Polygon products and like eyeing a particular one of their ZK rollups? I've seen there's like Maiden and something else. Are there any of that you're particularly interested in?
I think so. I have done some research, but I'm not an expert in ZK rollups. But to me, the one that looks the most interesting is the one with recursive proofs. They did a lot of marketing on that, and it looks like this one should be the most interesting one because recursive they have a way to do recursive proofs to prove a lot of transactions very efficiently and fast. So this looks like the most interesting tech to me, but I don't know. Maybe Hermes and the other ones will be good too, but just my first impression.
So I saw that you have two tokens. You have the GNS token and the GFARM2 token. What's the difference between the two? And what is each one of those?
So GFARM2 was our initial token on Ethereum, and then we migrated to Polygon. So there was the GFARM2 token on Ethereum, and we bridged that to Polygon. And then we did at that time the project was still called GainsFarm, and but we did a rebrand to Gains Network. So we decided to issue a new token as well, which is a 1 to 1,000 token split from GFARM2, so the GNS token. And yeah, that's it. It's a token split with a rebrand.
And what's the purpose of each token, or particularly the GNS token?
So you mean the use cases?
Yeah, what's the use case exactly?
So really, at the core of everything, we have the token because we need it to be able to mint it and burn it. That's really the core innovation and the core idea of our protocol. That's what that's the trading platform is built on this principle.
And I believe that token is deflationary.
Yeah, so to oversimplify it, if a trader wins a trade, it will mint some GNS tokens, and if he loses a trade, it will burn some tokens. And since the trend is that generally slightly more traders lose than win, it's kind of a revenue that goes back to the GNS token and buys and burns tokens and makes it deflationary. So in about 1 year, we burnt more than 20% of the supply already. Also, another big use case for the GNS token is to be staked to earn fees from our product. So currently, we only have the trading platform, the leverage trading platform, GTrade. So you can stake GNS DAI tokens and earn a share of the protocol revenue.
So just to clarify, in your suite of products, what you have live right now is the leverage trading platform, and you stake your GNS tokens, and that gives you access to a share of the revenue.
Exactly. So the APY currently is about 80%, I believe. It was for a long time above 100%, and our TVL has grown a lot from like 2 million something to 15 million now. So I'm very happy of this growth. And really the cool thing about this pool is that we offer a pretty decent APY on a deflationary token, which to the best of my knowledge, I have never seen that elsewhere.
So Creator DAO holds some GNS in their treasury. Should we be staking that right now?
So if you want, we should have a single-sided staking coming in the next few months. But if you want to stake them right now, you will have to pair it with DAI and add it to the liquidity. And currently, yeah, the APY is 105% on that. But the long-term goal is for the protocol to own this liquidity. And so using the protocol fees from the leverage trading platform. And then we should be able to send a share of these rewards that currently go to the LPs to a GNS staking pool. So currently, if you have GNS tokens, if you want to earn an APY on it, the only option is to pair it with DAI and put it in the liquidity pool.
Do you know offhand the total amount of liquidity in that pool?
So currently there is 12.5 million.
That's very impressive numbers. I'm looking at CoinGecko and I see that your 24-hour volume on trade on that pair is over $1 million. So
yeah,
that's pretty impressive for a relatively new project.
Yeah, and the growth was really, really significant, because if we look like 1 month ago, we had 4 million in liquidity.
Well, maybe it's because you guys are called gains, so they come to you guys for the gains. Is that the story behind your name? Why do you guys call yourself gains?
I mean, because it's the goal, So for everyone, for the traders, for the liquidity providers, for the investors. So, and initially we were called GFARM because the liquidity is a really core part of the protocol, but we realized it was not, this name was not good enough to represent the quality of our product, because it was associated with just basic inflationary farms. So we rebranded later, but gains, because yeah, that's the goal for everyone. So
So the goal is gains for everybody to win, whether they're liquidity providers or whether they're users or whether it's the
Yeah,
team.
yeah, really the awesome thing is we provide, like, it's win-win for everyone. Like the traders, they get an amazing trading experience that they can't get anywhere else. They have protection against scam weeks. They have no funding fee. They have no slippage. I mean, I could go on. The liquidity providers, they earn like currently, so it could change in the future, but currently it's 100% API on APY on a deflationary token. So and the token holders, they hold a deflationary token. So pretty much it's a win for everyone.
Now, I saw that you guys have integrated some NFTs into your trading platform. Can you tell us a bit of these NFTs, what they're about, how do we get them, etc.?
Yeah, so like the GFARM2 token, they were distributed fairly on Ethereum. And currently they have, so they are like the token, they are the core of the protocol. And currently they have 3 use cases. So you can stake them in the liquidity pool and they will boost your APY. So we have 5 ranks of NFTs. So the higher the ranks, the higher is the boost. So that's if you are a liquidity provider. And if you are a trader, they will also slightly reduce the spread. So that, to simplify, that means slightly less fees. And finally, they allow you to execute limit orders of the trading platform, because we have stop losses, take profits, and open limit orders integrated already in the trading platform. And the way to do it in a decentralized manner is to incentivize bots to run these orders, because on the blockchain you can't modify the state without doing a transaction. So if you want to execute an order, there has to be someone that executes the transaction. And that's the role of our NFTs. So we call them the NFT bots. And this way they get to guarantee the execution of the limit orders of our platform and to earn a reward against it. And you have to have an NFT to do that. So like the token, they are the core of the project. There are a slightly different way of representing your share of the protocol. And they have their own use cases as well. And currently, they don't have the metadata integrated, so they don't have an image. Sorry, they don't have an image. But we have recently redone their artwork. You can see them if you go to gamesnetwork.io. They are on the homepage, and soon we will issue new NFTs with the artwork integrated, embedded in them. And this way you will be able to sell them on OpenSea, for example, and their art will display correctly.
Amazing. I see there's 5 different classes: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Yeah, so before the new artwork, they were like they look like keys, because they unlocked features of the ecosystem. But now we made them more like characters. So I have yet to name them, but that's how they were called before. Yeah, the bronze, etc. But I don't know if you looked at them already. You can see them on gamesnetwork.io. They have a brand new artwork.
Yeah, I see the lowest one is a skeleton and the highest one is like I don't know what to call him, a bald man with a headset and all sorts of like space gear.
Yeah.
Are these you by any chance?
Sorry?
Do these represent you? This is not a picture of you, is it?
No.
All right. Just wasn't sure if you're
No,
doxing yourself on
like,
the NFTs.
no, it's they represent like your rank in the ecosystem, if you want. So
The
if
character
you,
is just a nameless, faceless trader.
I mean, if you want The lower ones, like a skeleton, he's really basic. He's a bit, you know. And when you take the first one, the 5th rank, he's very stylish, you know. So
The art is very cool. I actually had a look at the NFTs trading on OpenSea, and the floor prices are crazy. People are paying a lot for these.
yeah, I think there is quite some trading on OpenSea already, but it should get a lot better even when we have the artwork embedded.
Very cool, very cool. Now, one of the unique things about your leverage trading platform is the custom-made real-time Oracle DON, which stands for Decentralized Oracle Network. How does this work, and what advantages does it offer?
So, you know, every project that integrates Chainlink generally uses their default feeds. So they are really, really great for use cases like lending and where you need the price updated like every minute or so. I think on Polygon, since gas is cheaper, they are updated like every few minutes. But for a use case like decentralized leverage trading, this is really too big of a delay between each update. Because, for example, we offer up to 150x leverage. And for that, we really need the price to be accurate, like to the second. So we had to come up with our own architecture for that. And it works really, really, really simply. So when you make a trade on the platform, it just makes an on-demand request to our Chainlink Oracles network, which then answers back with the median price. So it's like the average, slightly different, but it's not important. It takes the median price from 7 exchanges. And then, so we have 8 nodes in the network. So all of these 8 nodes, they will send back the answer on chain, because oracles, as you may know, they are used to fetch off-chain data and to get it on-chain, because the whole trading platform is on-chain. We are fully decentralized. So we need a way to get these prices on-chain, and that's why we have our Chainlink architecture. So our nodes will answer back the prices, and then our custom aggregator contract will take the median once again. And as soon as it has 3 answers, and then it will just execute the order at the current price. So that's how it works. And the really, really big advantage of this architecture is that we get to offer decentralized leverage trading on spot prices, because all other protocols, except a few ones, but most other protocols, they are what we call derivatives. So this means they generate their own prices through other order books, and you don't really trade the price of Bitcoin, for example, or Ethereum, etc. You trade the price of a contract on Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. So it's not exactly the spot price. You trade the price of a financial instrument that is that is supposed to follow the price of Bitcoin, but you don't trade the price of Bitcoin directly. So that's why we sometimes end up with like crazy situations where you have crazy volatility, like crazy weeks. You know, let's say, for example, Bitcoin dumps to 35,000, then on one of these leverage exchanges, the low of the candle might have gone to 28,000 or something. I mean, there were some crazy scam weeks happening. So, and that's really a big problem if you use leverage, by the way, because you will get liquidated. You will have no chance to keep your trade open. So that's a really, really big advantage that we have.
Well, I was just about to ask you some advantages you guys have on your platform over another platform like dydx or GMX.
So dydx and GMX are pretty different. There are like two categories of decentralized leverage trading platforms. There are like the derivatives ones. So, you know, dydx, perp, and a few other. These ones, they generate their own prices. So they build liquidity for each pair in their order books. And they generally integrate with an oracle like Chainlink because they also need the spot price, but just to compute the funding rate, to keep their derivatives prices close to spot prices. Because since you don't trade the spot price, you trade the derivatives price. If too many people buy, like Bitcoin could go to 70,000, even though it's like 60,000 on spot. So the way to keep it close to spot price is you add a funding fee that basically incentivizes traders to short if the price of the contract is above the spot price, or incentivizes longing if the price is below the spot price. So that's a bad additional fee that traders have to pay. And that's typically what we don't need because we get to offer spot prices directly. And GMX is closer to our platform. I would say this second category is synthetics trading. But the main difference between GMX and us is the way the liquidity works. So, you know, we use the GNS token. We have a single GNS DAI pool for every that is used for every trade on the platform, regardless of the pair you trade on. GNS is really what we could call an asset agnostic synthetic, because we get to mint and burn GNS to handle the trades, regardless of what you trade. For example, you could trade Tesla. I don't know, in the future we'll have stocks and everything. So or what we have now, we have cryptocurrencies, we have Forex. So you could trade Euro USD or Ether USD. It will still use the GNS token. And this is a huge advantage because we only need to build a single liquidity pool. And GMX, for example, has an interesting model as well, but it's slightly less liquidity efficient. I mean, slightly, it's a lot less liquidity efficient because they need liquidity for each token they have. For example, so their liquidity is called GLP tokens, and I believe they have Bitcoin, Ether, and like Link and a few tokens. And they have to build this liquidity for the pairs they offer. And so if they want to list a new pair, they have to add the token to their liquidity pool. So this is a pretty big disadvantage in my opinion, because you know, for example, how are you going to add stocks then? Or if you want to add a new token to trade on the platform, then all the liquidity providers have to hold it as well. So and it might not be a token that you want your liquidity providers to hold. For example, I don't know, Doge or something. We just get to list a new token. If we want to just list a new token, we only need an API. So we just need the price feed and we can pretty much list it. And our existing GNS DAI pool will support it right away. So we will list stocks, for example, and commodities, and we target to really list all types of markets. And we can do this by still using our GNS DAI pool. And instantly, for example, if we list, I don't know, Google, for example, we get to offer trading on this new pair without any slippage and by leveraging all the existing liquidity we have. So I think I made a good summary there.
That sounds pretty cool. So right now you can trade on the platform crypto assets. You can trade Forex. I see like there's all sorts of different fiat currencies. And you said you're planning to add maybe also like stocks and commodities. Now,
Mhm.
How do those get added? Is it by vote, like a snapshot vote? How would you go about adding a new asset?
So currently we don't really function with snapshots or governance because you need to build fast and take market shares and just build a product. But the plan is to transition to governance within 1 year or something. So currently we just I mean I and the community, because I always talk with the community for this kind of things, but there is no like proper snapshot or something like that. But I just choose with the community what new features we add or what new pairs we add. And it seems pretty logical to list stocks and commodities next, because we already have I think 43 crypto pairs. So on the crypto side, we have a really big offer, and 10 forex pairs. So we have all the major ones. So it makes sense to expand to stocks, commodities, indices.
Can you give us any hints as to what the next assets to be added will be?
I don't know yet. I don't have the APIs yet, so I might be able to reveal more details soon. But currently, I can't tell more than that.
Got it. All right. So if you want the alpha, you got to follow Gains on Twitter, probably join the Discord. Very nice. Now, I wanted to ask also about features for advanced traders. So a lot of people that are advanced traders, they like to use charts, and maybe not just the charts that you guys provide on your website. So does the Gains Network platform support advanced charting features, like, for example, adding your own indicators? Can it be programmed?
Yeah, sure. So you can add any amount of indicators you want. We have a custom integration with TradingView. And there are all the classic tools available. You can put lines, moving averages, and there is a pretty big list of indicators available. So I would say advanced traders should be pretty happy with what we have. But
Nice.
we are working on continuously improving the front end, and it will get even better. But there are already all the necessary tools to do like proper technical analysis. You can even put Aiki candles if you want. You can really, there are really a lot of options.
That sounds awesome. There's something that I've been curious about, actually, when you've been speaking about the project, is that a lot of different projects you hear nowadays, especially ones that are on different L2s and different, also on Starkware. Some platforms, they have their own fiat on and off ramps where you could just somehow load up your account and start trading right away. Do you have the ability for users to be able to somehow load up their account on Gains and start trading using a credit card or a bank transfer or something?
I believe there are a few fiat on ramps for Polygon already. I don't know them by heart, but I believe there are already a few. But that's something we leave to other projects. That's not something we are focusing on.
Got it. And for those who want to do some trading, can I do it only on a desktop, or do you have any plans for a mobile integration?
So the website is fully responsive, and you can trade on your phone or on your computer as you want. It works the same. You just need I believe you just need the MetaMask browser on the phone, and everything will work fine. We already have quite a lot of traders trading from their phones, and they've been very happy so far. Oh, by the way, yesterday we released our chat on the trading page. So now traders are able to share trade IDs and discuss and everything. So I think it's really a great feature.
what are people chatting about in there? Is it stuff related to trading, or it's just like shit posting?
I mean, there is a little of both, but we have a few moderators, and I'm also moderating the chat a bit. But it's pretty constructive so far, and I mean, there has been a bit of shit posting, but I'm surprised there was not more. So I'm pretty happy so far.
That's a cool element. I mean, it helps with community building, because if the traders are on the
Yeah.
platform, right, it gives them the chance to all speak together while they're doing their trading.
Yeah, the goal is really to make GTrade just a great place to trade and to share trade ideas, discuss, and yeah, also beginners, if they want to ask a question or something, they can just log in anonymously. So of course, it's not a login with email, password, etc. It's just you can either log in anonymously if you don't even have MetaMask, for example, if you want to ask questions or anything. And you can also log in with MetaMask if you want your address to display. It's really useful, for example, because right now we are running a big trading contest sponsored by Polygon and us, a 150,000 contest that rewards the top 1,000 traders on the platform. And it started January 7th and it will run until February 7th. And this way we get to identify traders in the chat, see where they are in the leaderboard and everything. So I think it's a really cool feature.
Very nice. Now, unfortunately, the time has come to talk about a subject that people don't like very much in the crypto space, is liquidations. How do liquidations work on your platform?
So they are fully decentralized. They are operated by our NFT bots that I've introduced earlier. So anyone really with an NFT can execute liquidations. The liquidation threshold is at minus 90% profit, which is quite lower than most other platforms. I know a few platforms that have it like at minus 80%, and even other that are closer to like minus 60%. So it's really also a big advantage we have. So basically, if you open a trade, as soon as if your trade goes in the wrong direction, as soon as it's past minus 90% profit, anybody with an NFT can liquidate your trade and earn 5% of the position size, of the collateral to be more precise. And the liquidity also gets 5% of the collateral.
That's very cool. Well, while we're on the topic of the NFTs and their utility, let's just circle back for a second to the GNS token. You were mentioning that gives you a portion of the platform trading fees. So what are your trading fees right now, just in general? And how exactly are those fees distributed to GNS holders or anyone else?
Yeah, so I will just quickly check the dashboard that we have. So it's on gains.trade/stats. Currently, protocol revenue. So if we take, for example, yesterday, protocol revenue was 50,000 DAI. So it's quite good. We made 108 million in volume. So a share goes to the project fund to be reinvested, for example, in trading contests, in marketing, in development, etc. And another, so it's 0.02% of all open trades. A share of that goes to me as well, because I am the team. And it's another wallet than the project fund. So it's also 0.02%. Then we have the NFTs that earn 5% of the liquidations and 0.02% of every order they execute. So by the way, these percentages, they are applied on the collateral times the leverage. So if, for example, $1,000 trade on 20x leverage, you do 0.02% of 20,000. And finally, and most importantly, we have the GNS DAI liquidity, which gets 0.06% of all closed trades, and also 5% of the liquidations. And for example, yesterday, the liquidity earned 32,000 DAI, NFTs earned 11,000 DAI, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So a really great way to view what we are doing is we really aim to make decentralized, just leverage trading in general more fair, just give the best experience possible to traders. So that's the first part, but also give a way to investors and liquidity providers to participate in that and to own a share of the platform. So decentralized leverage trading is really a huge market. There are billions of volume per day, tens of billions, and there is really big revenue generated from that. So we really aim to capture a lot of market share and offer people the ability to participate in that as well.
That sounds awesome. I mean, I'm convinced. That sounds really cool to me. You know, we got degens around here, we got traders, and if somebody just wants to start using your platform, do they have to have any know-how or anything to set up before you trade? Do you have any current limitations?
You just need to have DAI in your wallet. So it's a pretty common stablecoin. And you need some Matic as well for transaction fees. But then you just need to connect your wallet on the page and you're ready to go pretty much.
All right, easy enough. Just need some Matic and some DAI. And I guess the fees are quite low. What's an example of a current fee if you just want to do a swap on the platform? What's the fee in Matic?
I'm sorry, we don't offer swaps. You mean for a trade?
For a trade, yeah.
So our contracts are pretty complex and pretty expensive to use compared to other contracts because of our custom on-demand Chainlink Oracle's network. It's fully on-chain and it consumes a bit of quite a lot of gas, I mean. So, I mean, it stays relatively, it stays very cheap because it's on Polygon. But compared to like QuickSwap, for example, it's slightly more expensive. So usually to open or close a trade, you can count on like 0.5 Matic gas fee. So about $1 of gas to open or close.
Sounds pretty fair.
Which was like $200 on Ethereum, and if it was today, it would more be like 1,000 or something. So Polygon is really helpful for this.
You guys made the switch at the right time.
Yeah, we anticipated really early, and we were one of the first projects coming to Polygon. I remember there are not a lot of projects.
I wanted to ask earlier about opportunities for liquidity providers. And you already mentioned that right now, if you want to provide liquidity, you can pair the gains token with DAI and you can stake that to earn trading fees or just platform fees in general. Are there any other ways you can participate as a liquidity provider?
So we have also a DAI vault, which is very, very important to the trading architecture. Because as I said, GNS is minted and burnt depending on traders' profits or losses. And to prevent like a huge win on the platform to mint a lot of GNS and get sold on the market immediately, sorry, we have our DAI vault, which is used as a buffer to spread the minting or the burning over time and to really smooth the volatility. So if you open a trade, let's say $1,000 with 20x leverage, your 1,000 DAI, but that's the same. So your 1,000 DAI will go to the vault, the DAI vault, and then if you close your trade, you will get DAI back from the DAI vault. And this vault has currently 3.3 million DAI staked in it, and it earns 10% of what the GNS DAI liquidity earns in protocol fees. So you get to stake DAI and earn DAI. And the way it works is, let's say there is 3 million DAI staked. If the DAI is too full, so let's say from open trades and trading losses, the vault has gone to 3.5 million DAI, it will use the excess of DAI to buy and burn GNS. And if it's not full enough, so let's say it went from 3 million DAI to 2.5 million DAI, it will mint and sell GNS, but smoothed over time. So it might take like a week of really small mints and sells to get back to 3 million, for example. And also new trades will refill the vault. So that's how the minting and burning works, and how it's really smooth with the DAI vault. It's a really, really crucial part of the ecosystem. And if you are a liquidity provider, there is a really big opportunity, because we offer one of the highest APYs, I believe, on DAI, on any chain. Currently, it's about 25%. It's 27% right now. And you just stake your DAI and get DAI back from open trades. So you earn a share of the fees generated by the platform.
If a user wants to provide liquidity in the form of staking in the DAI vaults, how would you describe the risk level?
I would say it's fairly low. Like it's hard to describe. For the only risk that could happen is if there is no more GNS DAI liquidity, because technically the DAI vault is backed by the GNS DAI liquidity. So if there are like a ton of wins on the platform, we need the GNS DAI liquidity to mint and sell GNS to refill the DAI vault. So if there is no more GNS DAI liquidity, it's a risk for the DAI vault, obviously. But it would mean that there is a huge problem if there is no more liquidity in GNS DAI. So the only risk I see is the project is if there is a huge problem with the project or something, because it will require the GNS DAI liquidity to be emptied. So, and that wouldn't happen, obviously, if everything goes as planned. So I would say the risk is really low. And we have been audited 6 times by Certic. So the security aspect I mean, it's very good. And we also unit test every part of our contracts before we deploy them on mainnet. We do all unit tests and we send them to Certic. So the security part is very positive. And yeah, as I said, for it to be a risk, it will need the protocol to just fail or something. So the risk is really low.
That sounds great. I mean, as you definitely know, in the current market conditions, there's a lot of people who are largely in stable coins, and they're looking for ways to employ those to get yield on top of it. And from what you've described, it sounds like Gains Network is one of the best places you can currently stake your stable coins.
Yeah. I mean, like, as always, never put more than you can afford to lose. That's quite basic. It's a quite basic advice, but it's really, really important to follow it. because there is always a risk. It's DeFi, it's experimental stuff, and we are really we are really building innovative things, so there is always a risk. But as I described, the risk is basically for the devil to have risks. It will just require the protocol to fail completely. So it would mean the project has I don't know, was hacked or something. So that's just to describe the risk level. But as always, never put more than you can afford to lose. It's a really important thing.
Yeah, of course, of course. And I heard you guys have a referral system. How does that work?
So if you want to bring more people to the platform, to the trading platform, because I don't know, you have a community and you want to share them the platform, or you want to bring friends and show them the platform, you can just use your referral link, and once they open a trade, it will be stored forever on the blockchain. And every time they open a trade, you will get 0.02% of their position size. So it's quite a big incentive for referrals. So don't hesitate to share your referral links. And yeah, that's how it works.
Of course. Now, looking into the future, what's your roadmap like for the next 3 to 6 months and then beyond?
So the next big step is the V6 of the protocol. We will implement a lot of small optimizations, but also a lot of big things are coming. So the biggest thing I believe is guaranteed stop losses. So it means if the price goes below your stop loss, even though even if there is, for example, a huge congestion on Polygon and transactions don't go through immediately, even if your stop loss is triggered way too late, it will still, when it will be triggered, it will still be executed at the price you set. So you cannot lose more than the stop loss you put. So that's not the case. Currently, they are executed at market price, and it has been working very well for like 99% of trades. But it's a really, really important optimization to have. This way, we can really guarantee that stop losses are executed at the price set, even though even if there was like a huge dump in 1 second. And by the way, even on a centralized exchange, you can get slippage on your stop losses. So that will be really a unique feature we have. And we have also a lot of optimizations coming for the NFT bot incentives to make them more profitable. So that's for the V6. And as I said before, we will also list stocks and a lot of other market types. And we will also have the V7 after that. So that will bring partial closing of trades. So if you want to close only 10% of your trade, you will be able to. And also partial adding to your trades. For example, if you want to lower your leverage by adding more collateral, you will be able to. And also, if you want to just add more to your trade at the same leverage, you will also be able to. And that's the main key points of the roadmaps, but there are also a lot of other smaller things, like, for example, list Bitcoin pairs for all cryptos, because we can, so why not? We can just list a new cross pair by dividing one by the other. We just need APIs for that, and we already have them. So that's something that will come pretty soon in the following months. We also aim to launch a bug bounty program with Immunify, because it's always good. We already have a lot of audits and do unit tests and everything, but bug bounties are really, really profitable things to do, because if a bug is found, then you just pay the bounty, and I mean, there is no downside to doing a bug bounty, only upside. So it's a good thing to have, I believe. And there will be also a second contest with Polygon that will start a few weeks after this one ends. We also aim to provide insurance for the DAI vault. I mean, to partner with an insurance project. So that will be ideal. It's not 100% sure yet if it's possible, but we should be able to offer that, because there are already, I think, a lot of DeFi projects who have partnered with insurance projects. So it's a really, really big plus if you can stake DAI and just and it's insured anyway. And obviously the cost will be less than the APY. We also have a big roadmap on decentralizing the front end, so the website, and the website backend, to really decentralize the whole stack, because currently the platform is fully decentralized, so the execution of trades is decentralized, but not the website yet. So we plan to decentralize the website with white labels integrations. This way, there will be multiple ways to access the website. So I mean the platform. And also, I plan to decentralize the backend of the website, which is so all of this is not required for the platform to work. You could always interact with the contracts directly, like for example on Polygon Scan. But decentralizing the website is very good, because user interaction is it's very important to have that with no single point of failure. So that will be great to have. And I also said single-sided GNS staking is coming, because we plan to own more and more liquidity with the project fund, and we'll do that progressively, and send a share of the rewards going to LPs to GNS single staking, because that's a way to incentivize more the GNS token, because currently liquidity is half GNS, half DAI. So if we can send more incentives to the GNS tokens, it's always good.
Do you guys have plans to, in the short term, operate on more blockchains? You mentioned you're looking at various ZK rollups that are offered by Polygon in the future, but anything else?
So there are really two strategies to this, I believe. We could deploy like on every layer 1 or layer 2 that exists, but it will not be wise at this state, I think, because it will just fragment liquidity, and we wouldn't be able to offer the best trading experience. It will just fragment the liquidity between a lot of chains. So we are not big enough for that yet. I think it will be counterproductive, and it will take a lot of time and not bring any significant advantage. But however, we are really interested in ZK rollups, and particularly the ones developed by Polygon. So we look forward to work with the Polygon teams, and to see how we can integrate when they have testnets ready and everything. We would really love to be one of the first dApps on these new ZK rollups. So that's the strategy.
What about more longer term plans? Just, we heard some talk about maybe a decentralized casino type thing.
Yeah. So really using the same principle behind the trading platform, the minting and burning of tokens, we can use it as well, but instead of offering trading, we can offer like casinos, or I don't know how to say it in English, random games or something like that. I don't know
games of chance.
But yeah, games of chance. So I don't think it will look like a classic casino with the roulette and everything. I want to do more like if we can invent our own games, I think it's better. And uh, I think we can really invent more games and make them more targeted to DeFi users. I think the classic casino doesn't really fit our current user base. So I have a few ideas to do like more like custom games to play that are cool to play, but not like roulette and the other classic casino things. But yeah, basically we can just use the same mechanism behind the trading platform and use a random number generator like Chainlink VRF, for example. And yeah, it's pretty easy to implement, and it will be a great second product. But that's more like after we finalize everything with the trading platform, because we see a lot of demand for the trading platform, and we want to make sure we offer the best experience and have all the features we want to add. So this will come in a second plan, in the second part.
Very cool. Everything sounded great so far, but there must be some challenges, right, that you guys have on your platform. Can you talk about some maybe current challenges you have and how you plan to overcome them? If everything's going well, you're allowed to say that as well. You can say that too.
Yeah, I think everything is going well. But at this point, we're just adding new features. We are always trying to find optimizations and trying to innovate. But I don't see like a really big challenge. To me, it looks pretty easy. It's just a lot of work, and but there is no like huge technical challenge at this point. It's just working hard to implement every feature we want. But the sorry, the really cool thing is our architecture is really good, because it never caused us like a huge technical problem. And when you have, that's the thing, when you have a good architecture, you will not run into huge problems. So the good thing with minting and burning GNS tokens is it's really very flexible, and I think that the idea was really good. So on the implementation side, there was no big challenge.
I guess the hardest thing in DeFi and crypto these days is not the building, but it's just getting people's attention, right? Because it's like attention spans are so short, and the space is just exploding, right? So it's like,
Yeah, marketing is definitely the first priority above everything else. So, and adding more. So I could only work on adding new features and everything, but really we've made a conscious decision to work on marketing as well, because it's very important to get users as fast as possible, and to get them to try the platform and gain more market share. And because it's easy to postpone that and say I want to add more features and do the marketing later, etc. So as you may have seen, we are not the kind of people to just market no product, like do huge marketing, but your product is bad, or you don't even have a product. I think we have a wonderful product, and but it's important to remember to focus on marketing too, because it's I really love working on adding new features and everything. So
what are some upcoming events that you guys have coming up, especially those that will incentivize or just bring more people to the platform?
so there will be the second contest with Polygon, and for the moment it's all that's planned.
Okay. Well, that sounds cool. Before we end, I just want to ask you, people listen to this interview, they're going to say, Gains Network sounds amazing. How would you recommend they take the next step? What should they do right after this interview? Any call to action?
So really, I would recommend you to join our Telegram group. I am really active in it. I am here every day to answer questions and share my progress. And we have a really amazing community that is here to help if you have any question, or to just share stuff and discuss DeFi and everything. We have one of the most genuine and smartest community in DeFi, in my opinion. So I would invite you to join it. And then if you want to try trading on the platform, you can always go to gains.trade, and you will find our platform. And there is a chat now, so you can even discuss with traders while finding trade IDs and trading. And if you prefer providing liquidity or this kind of stuff, I would invite you to go to gainsnetwork.io to find our staking pools and all information regarding the GNS token. By the way, you could do both. We have a lot of users that do both. They both trade on the platform and earn the platform fees. So it's a really unique thing we have. And yeah, that's it.
Do your positions on Gains Network show up on Zapper?
I don't know. I didn't check, but we were listed recently on DBank.
Great. DBank is also really cool.
So we have the token, and the pools should be supported also, if not already, very soon, because they made the announcement that the vote passed.
Nice. Well, Seb, thanks for the chat. It was really great getting to know the project and getting to know you as well. We look forward to checking out the platform and letting other people know about what Gains has to offer as well.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Great. Speak soon.